Hey Hannah. So I have 3 potential ideas or inspirations of things you want to work on if you want some strange concepts to work on. One is I've been trying to look at these robotic arms as nice mobile additions to a portable maker studio. They can do laser cutting, 3D printing. You can put pens in them. They can draw. You can add a paintbrush. You can program them on the fly. This one I can. I can't. It's hooked up to the computer right now, but I can power them just off of battery packs, and they can do things. Right now, it just said hi to you, but of course, it's all very low grade. It's like many of the prototyping equipments you'd find in a fab lab, but kind of a very low grade, but also field ready version of it. And decently compact, kind of heavy, but you know, I've carried more than 3 stepper motors and a battery pack before on me, so it's not too bad. And you can program it to run completely without the computer and just keep going. So that's one potential thought. If we have these robot arms, what are fun things we could do with them? Well, could you want to 3D print on the fly? How would you mount it in a place? How would you carry it with you? Can you carry it with you in a way that it can reach out of your backpack and become a third arm for yourself? What could that even do for you? Who knows? So that's one potential idea for inspiration. I'm gonna go show you the others. Another thought was, and another toy that's been experimenting with being in my arsenal, is Little Drone. This guy is amazing. It's really tiny. This is the whole bag and everything for it. It's incredibly stable. I can send it up. It can fly for about 15 to 20 minutes by itself. It can go really fucking high, like 150 meters. And it's just rock solid, stable. And so we can bring it places. I can tie lightweight things to it, fly it around. And again, I'm thinking, how does it fit into a mobile studio? Is there ways that it can be just launched off of you? So you don't have to pull it out and go set it up and stuff, but maybe this is more whimsical. But you press a button and it flies out of your backpack and surveys something. Or maybe it's got things to help you. You tie a rope around it and it goes and ties them up to trees to help you set up your studio. Something like that. Again, maybe this is more on the less practical side, but interesting thoughts and stuff to think about. One or 2 more things. Here's a really quick video of the laser itself actually in action, doing some engraving. I don't know, this laser is not really powerful enough to cut through anything, but it's, smoking up that paper decently, engraving it a little bit. It just gives you a rough idea of, and this is just some cardboard. It's drawing a tapir right now. And the snout's going into your name. But you can see it's kind of fun having what's usually a full CNC thing, a box, and taking that whole idea of a box away and just replacing everything with an ultra sturdy, very precise robot arm. So I'll bring these to PIF Camp as well, and you can see them. But if you want to think about fun things to do with them, or ways to wear them, or I don't know, whatever you can think of, feel free. So one of the big sticky problems for me has been, how do I make a really rapidly deployable work surface? I've been playing around with all these measuring tapes because they're really fucking strong if you hold them right. They can support a lot of weight in the one direction, and especially when they are all lined up with each other. And a nice thing, this can easily hold up my backpack, and it's lighter than like these pieces of aluminum, and they're already sturdy. But I've been trying to figure out how do I can make it two-dimensional pretty easily with these panels, but I want something that can stand up on its own. I've tried with different configurations to varying successes, and it tends to suck. But, you know, ideally I want something I can pull out of my backpack and then, oh, now it's a table. So that's one idea. Unfortunately, different geometries like, why don't you put struts there, Andy? Well, because then it doesn't roll up, which is something I really kind of like about this design. This thing rolls up. If I had another hand, it would roll up real compact. Anyway, you've seen some of those videos I've shown you. But recently, there was some Singaporean Kickstarter thing, and they made this thing, which kind of works for the bottom of my idea here. This is basically little triangles of like, it feels like a thick cardboard or like a shitty wood, and it's like sewn into this kind of like fabric-y overlay. But it starts off as a panel, which is kind of the basic shape that I always want. Panel's great. You can have a flat surface, you can kind of work on it in the forest, you can set it on there. But then it opens up to two panels, which again I kind of like, because then we could strap it across between some trees. You have a work surface. If you have a bunch of these panels, you have that whole bench like we set up at Ars Electronica. But then it's got a kind of unique structure, and let's see if I can actually do this. I need something to... I need an extra hand. Well, you... Okay, I'm gonna figure this out back in a second. Alright, so take two of how this thing works. So, it's this flat thing. You can see it's got some seams sewn into it. It's this specific geometry that makes it work. So it opens up after folding shut like that. Then you make it kind of zigzag. This is always difficult for me to figure out. Okay, so then it folds like that. Then if I open it up just correctly, do it thing. Okay, open this up. There we go. Then it turns into this nice shape that I can set things on. They bill it as it's a portable standing desk, so you can put your laptop on top of it or whatever you're using. But for me, it's a nice way to go from flat to stable pretty quickly and easily, and especially it's easier than what I perhaps made it look like. So you can just go like this, and then boom, you have this kind of cool thing. You can store stuff in that kind of main zone a little bit, do different things. But I'm thinking of, if we can make this ourselves, which looks very easy, we can make it out of better materials. This is like a kind of crappy, kind of heavy, flimsy stuff. People aren't really carrying this around all the time. But if we replaced it with some like aluminum, or who knows, maybe my bendy, springy things, maybe it can spring into that shape itself with the measuring tapes. I don't know. That's another thought and shape of ideas.